We are live. I'm just making sure we're in frame, but yeah, you can
Don't get
go.
offended if I'm on my phone.
I
gotta
need,
share
also
all of
need
it, so,
monitoring to
Or
see.
hydration. If you want that, yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
All right. I'm move over here and
Well, show's over. It was going good till you came back.
monitor and let me know that we're being heard, but
Heard but not seen.
yeah, or we're definitely being seen.
We are being seen.
We had some mic issues last week, but hopefully we have ironed that out for this week. But we're waiting on Alex to figure out
No,
technology.
I'm sharing. No, I'm gonna share it.
Okay.
I'll wait till we go live.
Well, we are on audio, so those of you that are listening on audio, and hopefully you're hearing us
Are we
on
on
video as well.
YouTube?
We are live on YouTube.
Okay.
And as usual, Alex is unprepared. He did not bring his pencil to class.
I do this every single show for 4 years.
You're terrible.
I wait till you put it live, then I share it
I
on
know.
Facebook.
I know. And so hey guys, welcome to another episode of Waking Up at a Brewery. Today we are waking up at a brewery we have never woke up at before. Now we've woken up at different variations of this brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different locations.
Yeah. I like to call them variations.
I mean,
It's
that's fine.
still the same brew, but we have added adjuncts. So originally we had the Crafty Bastard Downtown, and then we added the West adjunct,
Which I'll be at.
and now we
in a
have the
couple
Baker
hours.
Creek adjunct. This is the Baker Creek version
Very
of,
cool place.
yeah. Hallowed be the name of he who sells us beer. It is a great brewery. We are actually in a church. There are pews in here to sit at while you enjoy the holy beverages. And our guest today is Joel Lefroy. Lefroy?
LeFew.
LeFew. It is LeFew.
I got that right. If you will let me do it.
No, I wasn't letting you introduce. But he is Joel LeFew. He is the head brewer of Crafty Bastard. And he's also the president of the Knox Area Brewing Association. So
Yes, that's what I hear.
there's some prestige. Look at this guy, like carrying some weight.
I do what I can.
He does what he can. And what he
He does
can
it
do
well.
is craft some amazing beers.
Insane.
Well, thank you.
We're very happy to have you on. We have been working on this for 3-4 months now.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And until Chad Grenner, literally, like he was on our episode like 2 weeks ago, he was like, we ran into each other. He's like, no, get Joel on the show. And I was like, all right, let's nail this down. Like me and Joel had talked about it. Chad is now telling us, let's make this happen. So
I'm
here
going to
we are.
see Chad next month in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh.
10 years.
Yeah. Again,
VIP. He's got this little app. VIPs.
and you're automatically VIP. You didn't have to put in the code because
No, he did it all. I
there
just
should
texted
be a
Chad. I was
security
like,
check on
I want
it.
to come. And he's like, all right, gotcha.
There should be a security check on that. I'm just saying, like,
I know. I've been texting Allison Chang to see if they can do that, but they haven't.
oh, they don't use the same app.
Just like the regular texting.
It's a different.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really a different app. Like,
Alice hasn't responded to him once.
Chad was right on it, but Alice Chains is not.
Alice is terrible at responding to messages.
Yeah. I also texted Jim Morrison in the north. Nothing.
Yeah, Jim.
my favorite band of all
Jim's
time.
probably not going to respond.
I know.
I can see that.
Just putting that out there. I'm not sure Jim is. If you're looking for a response from Jim, it's not going to happen. I also want to go ahead and do the disclaimer. We do not own any of the music that you might hear on audio while we're here. It is
say
the
ambience.
It is the ambient sound of the brewery, and we love that. That's why we do this
One of the three
live.
words that he loves to say.
This is
It's just not that obvious.
the church music.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been sitting here waiting for some DC Talk or some Rich Mullins or something like
Why don't
that.
you switch foot?
Oh, I would love some Switchfoot or some Jars of Clay.
Oh, no, you beat me to
maybe,
it.
maybe some Amy Grant or Michael W. Smith too.
I was so close to throwing Jars of Clay out
Yeah,
there.
no, I got you.
Hey, Jars of Clay was good.
So that's also a funny segue. So Kayla grew up in a Catholic church, but not indoctrinated. And so for Easter Sunday, we went out to Nan's, and I thought Kayla needed a little Jesus on the radio. And so I brought the hard stuff. I came strong with some Striper.
Oh, gosh.
Anybody familiar with Striper?
I saw them.
Yeah.
They opened for Cinderella.
Yes, they are a glam rock
It's a
Christian
weird
band.
night, yeah.
To hell with the devil. I played that for Kayla. She was not into it. So I switched over some DCT. We got a little DC talk with some Jesus Freak. Still wasn't into it. But I took her down the path. I was like, "Oh, we're going some Switchfoot."
Meant to live?
Yeah, she was down for some Skillet.
Okay.
She got into some Skillet for about a half a second, but she does like Switchfoot. So we got a little Jesus in her life. We got a little Jesus in her life for Easter that she could tolerate. Like I wasn't taking her down some of the paths that I grew up with, but we did get her some Jesus. Yeah. I'm feeling a little holy in here. Like this is blessed beer. Like this will kill vampires.
What are
Absolutely.
we drinking?
Well, I happen to be drinking the pale ale. It's called Torrent, and I love pale ale. By the way, I like a little hop to my life,
Yeah, same.
but I don't want to be overly hopped. I already had overly hopped earlier today. But Torrent, for you that are not drinking it, what are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking the beer that started me into craft beer when Crafty first opened, and Kathy Wolf.
Yeah.
Love you, Kathy.
Earl Grey.
She got me on Earl Grey. And I went straight from probably Yingling to that.
I feel like that's like a hard
It was.
That is. It is.
It was weird.
Pivot.
But ever since that day, it was like
Pivot. Joe, what are you drinking? What's your go-to, apparently?
I've currently got the Scenic Views IPL, Indian Pale Lager. So it's a 100% Vista hop. My first foray into the IPL.
I'm thinking that might be the style that gets Alex into lagers. He's not a big lager or a Pilsner guy,
No, I like
but he
Pilsners.
loves an IPA.
I like Pilsners.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like if a West Coast and a Pilsner had a baby.
Okay, no, I can do that.
He's like, okay, now you're speaking my language. He needs that hot profile in his face.
Yeah.
I've heard West Coast Pilsner thrown out there, but
Oh,
I don't know. You're kind of muddying the waters at that point. I just
Yeah.
like IPL.
yeah, I agree. I mean, honestly, the east side of the United States and America at large kind of took over the IPA thing and made the hazy IPA. Like that, it's like us taking the croissant and making the croissant, right?
Yeah.
Like we Americanized everything, but the IPA through the hazy process, we all the way Americanized that style. Like I think West Coast is probably more traditional what the original IPA was, based off of your preservatives and stuff. What we had.
Yeah. I do think it's taking a turn where, like, used to your old school, like especially traditional, like West Coast IPAs would be like obviously super bitter, but you'd also still have like a lot of malt backbone and maybe even like some Brettanomyces.
Yes. Yeah.
But now it's like the Brettanomyces and the malt backbone kind of thrown to the side.
Yeah.
And it's just more just like big hop, big bitter, and that's it.
Specifically with West Coast, like
Yeah,
they
yeah, that's what I'm
really
talking about.
want
Yeah.
to. It's a punch in the mouth of a good hop profile. You want that bitterness. You want almost a grassy note, even with those West Coast, and then having that clear glass. Like I want to see my hand on the other side of a West Coast.
Yeah, beer good.
Yeah,
This is why you put me in the middle, right?
that is why we. So if you've ever watched this podcast, Alex loves beer. I mean, that's a fact. We're not going to
That's
argue
a
that.
fact, yeah. Go ahead and tell them that I know nothing.
The direction of Alex talking about beer falls somewhere between can I get another one and that beer's good. Yeah, he's slinging away the
And he's singing
beer.
away the beer.
I reckon I'll have the biggest.
I know it all like.
He
That's all that matters.
he has
It got better.
expanded. You have expanded your palate. I
I mean, it
mean,
really did start with Earl Grey, and it's expanded quite a bit.
so that was your first from
Anywhere.
anywhere craft beer.
That was my first craft beer ever.
Oh.
Earl Grey. Well, Kathy. So my wife and I were good friends
Well.
with Kathy, and she was like, "We're gonna come out to this new place, just opened, crafty bastard." And so we went out and met her, and we're sitting there, and she's like, "What do you normally drink?" And we're like, "Whatever." No, I
He doesn't wanna say it.
actually it was not normally. We were drinking this beer. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You bought it for me. White Wings.
Oh,
It was like Blue Moon. But what company made it? I forgot. But you could get it at the Food City in Seymour, which we were living at the time. And it's called White Wing, but it was a coriander and orange beer, just like.
Joe, he went on about this beer for as long as I knew him. He's like, this is the best beer. I can't find it anywhere. It must be super rare because it's selling out everywhere.
And then you found it.
For your birthday,
You found it.
I found it.
Got it, and it was.
And I brought it home
Beer.
to him, and he was like, this is not, I built up this idea in my head.
It was good before I started drinking good beer.
Yeah.
But now, oh God, it's terrible.
My first venture into crafting was the Mine Chocolate Chili thing. Again, another great flagship, but it was, I had never had a pepper beer. And I love the idea of sweet and pepper.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have that in a beer, and I've never heard of a pepper beer. I'm like, I'm down for this. And it really, it's now kind of a flagship, seasonal.
Yeah. Mine's on right now.
It's such a great beer, but that was my crafty bastard first, and I was just like, this is great stuff. And then I started making jokes that Aaron is the Jelly Belly brewer of craft beer. Like, if you want just some weird that it's not possible to make that flavor, Aaron's the guy that's going to make that flavor. He figures it out. How do you feel like you're kind of stepping into that role now, or have been in that role for a bit?
Yeah. So I mean, I still work with Aaron a lot, especially on like the super weird stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess at this point, I would probably say at least 85% of like anybody's favorite probably.
Yeah. Flagships are still his recipe. You're still brewing them, but
Yeah.
you're on the creative side now more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the one I had the other night. That's a new one.
Well, Where the Weeds Have No Name is one of my favorites.
That's one of them.
Okay. Yeah, that one was really good. We actually we collabed on that with Chris Meadows.
Oh, love him. Out at Yeehaw. If you go, I say this all the time.
Yeah.
We have so many people we interact with on a regular basis, and I mention that Yeehaw is one of the places I like to have beer from. They're all like, oh, no, I've had all their stuff, and it's fine, but if it's just a backup tap, go drink at the Knoxville Brewery and drink the Knoxville beers, because Chris Meadows is the head brewer that's producing stuff out there, and that guy is killing it there.
Yeah. So the thing is, like on the Yeehaw tap, like they actually say like which of
Yes,
the breweries.
you'll know if it's John City, you'll know if it's Knoxville, yeah.
For the Knoxville.
Yes, absolutely. Like, one of my favorite things that I found when I went there. So, not to distract from the crafty bastard thing, but Elkmont was killing it with this hazy IPA called Legion of Hate.
Yeah.
It was in all the stores, and Elkmont was murdering that. That was such a great hazy. And that was honestly before we had Jewel.
Yeah.
We had a couple other hazies in the market, but Legion of Haze was top tier.
Yeah.
But Elkmont closes. They hire Chris Meadows out at Yeehaw, and he reproduced it with better, fresher ingredients and gave us Legacy Haze, and that's top 3 hazy IPAs for me in all of Knoxville. Like, it's choice. And now they've just done one called Little Legacy, which is a 5.5% version of the original.
Okay.
And it's, again, a crushable hazy. But again, I will tell you, don't shy away from Yeehaw, but if you go to Yeehaw Knoxville, drink the Knoxville beers because Chris Meadows is killing it.
Killed it. For
Yeah.
sure.
But
Why are you looking at me?
I'm waiting on you not to have some input.
Well, no.
Moving back into the creative process, something that I've been more diving into recently is just replicating basically just like certain flavors, certain beer styles,
Yes.
adjunct free.
Adjunct free? Okay, that's which is an interesting aspect as well. Like, there's a lot of breweries that are like, we want to do all the adjuncts. We want marshmallows and we want peanut butter and jelly. Like, there's a place for those.
Oh, 100% there's a place for those. But like I'm just having fun with it. But it's just like, can I make this taste like this without actually using it?
Okay.
Well, that's cool. So one of my favorites that I've done recently, we call it Chaotic Ginger. Yes, that's the
Yes, sir. It's my favorite. It's my favorite alignment to do. Like, I am probably in real life also chaotic.
But it's an English ordinary beer.
Did you like those?
Wait. English ordinary bit, not an English special bit.
So like special bitters, like they typically came around like 4 to like 5.5.
Yeah.
So ordinary bitter is a lighter version. So ordinary bitter, so mine for example came in at 2.8%.
Oh.
And luckily through a blend of special ingredients, I got like nice notes of like honey, gingerbread, cloves,
Fantastic.
adjunct free. And it's on tap right now.
So that's all coming from hops and yeast? Like your yeast is gonna generate something.
Yeah, so a lot of it in this particular beer was
Okay.
so it was very laid back on the hops. I essentially just used certain hops.
Because you didn't want to get too far in the bit.
Yeah. I was emphasizing kind of like the earthiness of the malt. But it's still super crushable. It's actually a big favorite of Chad's. Talking about him.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. Can you bring me like a case of that? So I'm not allowed to drink at home anymore. So that's a long story.
Yeah.
My wife. So I've been drinking like the athletic non-alcoholic, but 2.8. That's close enough to being non-alcoholic. You just write non-alcoholic on a case and just send it to
Just
me.
for Alex.
I mean,
Non-alcoholic.
I mean that's close enough.
Not non-alcoholic, but as close as you can get.
2.8. I mean, you'd probably be like, all right, for you, as much as you drink, that's.
we're actually almost out. Next week is another. Came in at 2.8 again. I went for a different flavor profile. Decided to go more like honey biscuit this time.
Are you intentionally aiming for that lower ABV?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
I did,
Yeah. So it's like there was a big shift in 2023. Actually. So like the biggest market shift was
yeah.
and my favorite beer on earth.
No, yeah. That's,
Recaps for people who still want to drink, but want the taste of it ain't perfect. And this is what keep things, nice and safe.
yeah.
So, have stuff and like that.
So non-alcoholic people, like me and Alex will sit and drink 6%ers all day. But you want to cater to somebody that is not drinking an 8%
Like
on a
my
regular
wife,
basis.
and you're gonna, can you come to our house and can we do like can you come in and do like a Mary Kay sales pitch?
This is a beer that even his wife can show up and drink all day.
You gotta convince her that this is, for every one of those, it's like 8 other beers.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, the math is off.
maybe even more. I don't know.
There's Alex, there's also a time period of drinking those. If you're literally doing nothing but a helmet with 2 of the 2 eights,
I just need like 3 to 8 a night while I'm sitting on the couch watching the Law and Order. That's all I need. 3 to 8 beers. So now I can't have any. So if you, all right.
I still don't think that's working.
Bring it on down.
Yeah, I still don't think that's working for your sales pitch. But if Joel pitches it, maybe.
I've already got Joel. He's penciled in for next Tuesday night.
I'll have to double check my calendar.
It's too late. You're already-
So I love that you told us. Like you love a double idea. That's your go-to.
Like my favorite beer of all is Big Bastard.
Oh yes, which for those of you that don't know, that's the imperial version of arrogant bastard. Which I always thought I was an arrogant bastard, but apparently you're an imperial bastard. So
Bastard, I love it. I mean, I make it. So,
yeah.
but I've tweaked it over the years. So it's not the same as
Yeah, but that arrogant bastard was one of my first, which was a high ground at the time.
Yeah.
But the big bastard very harkens to those flavor profiles that I got from the arrogant bastard, and yet it's from a local craft brewery, and it's fantastic. I really like it.
Is Main Squeeze yours?
Main Squeeze is, yeah, correct.
Well, I know it's crafty, but is that one that
Oh,
you
is it
originated?
so that one was a collab between Aaron and Jeff. So Jeff was the original head brewer for Crafty for about the first 3.5 years.
Yeah.
He's now at Tri Hop, which if you haven't been to Tri Hop in Maryville, they got
Go.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Jeff's really there. So
Yeah,
he knows
and
what
they're
he's
doing some fantastic
Yeah.
stuff.
Hops and Hounds.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's also, we just did an episode from Hops and Hounds, so Tri Hop and Hops and Hounds are kind of sister locations, but
No, but the reason I asked that is so, my oldest son, Wesley, is you guys, Wesley, works at Crafty West. And so whenever I go see him, he knows what I like.
Yeah.
I'm an IPA guy. So I always like, surprise me. But he always starts with Main Squeeze. He'll throw in Earl Grey in. But Big Bastard, sneak that one in every once in a while. And they have it, and I'm like, ooh.
here's the real question
But he
I
didn't tell me
have.
that's what it was. Because he knows I'll get it every time.
What is your cheap go-to? If you're not drinking a craft beer, what cheap beer are you going
like
to?
if I'm like at Kroger or something.
Yeah.
All right. It's Modelo.
Modelo. My wife would be happy. By the way,
Both of us.
shout out to my wife. She's not able to be on the podcast today. She is here in presence and love, but extenuating circumstances would not allow her to be on this podcast. But one of her go-tos, like she loves PBR. That's her front.
That's my wife's too.
That's her front. But weirdly, anytime she's out, she's like, "Is there a Modelo?" And she doesn't care whether it's the Especial or the Negro, but she wants.
That's
she
gonna
wants
make this
some Modelo.
presentation next Tuesday when you come to our house. Easier.
Carries so much more weight.
You're gonna have to bring Modelo and then
Yeah.
sneak
So I
in.
just bring both.
Yeah.
Bring both.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
get her drinking Modelo's, and then you're gonna sneak in this 2.8, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah, the Modelo's hot. Isn't that funny?
It is.
It is.
And then I'll tell that to her, and then she won't care, and I still won't be able to drink it home.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Modelo, that's a good one.
Yeah, no, Modelo's.
I mean,
That's our first for any of
hard to go
our
wrong
guests to go, that's my cheat beer.
It's
Yeah.
always PBR.
90% of the time it's PBR. They love, craft beer drinkers love a PBR.
I would say, I mean, PBR for macro, yeah, sure, it's fine.
Yeah,
But, you know, if I have the options, they're all there. Over a PBR, I'm gonna go like monthly cold snatch or a
okay, now you're speaking my language, and Kayla's the same way. So, here's a funny story, and this happened in real life. We may or may have not talked on this. We had a refrigerator, and we had some PBRs in it. She found a good deal on some Jansen.
All right.
So she buys in the fridge. We're drinking those all weekend, but then she goes, you know what? You can go ahead and have the last Jansen. I've got a PBR. Now, mind you, she just had a Jansen. I'm always down for a Jansen. Kentucky Cold Snack, right in the same. I mean, I would need to drink them side by side to tell the difference. I mean, that's a tough beat. But she's like, I got a PBR, I'm okay with that. She tastes that PBR after the Gansett, and she's like, this tastes terrible. She's like, this PBR is like the worst ever. And I was like, wait, what? My wife literally just said PBR was terrible. And I don't know if it was how good Gansett is and they just get you ready for another Gansett, or if there's a taste profile that's just conflicting.
Maybe. I don't know. Man, I'll tell you, like, a story. So this kid, I was at the Pilot.
Oh,
Great tiny venue here in
that's
Austin.
been there for over 30 years. by
I've
the way.
done two of the weirdest shows of my entire comedy career in that
Yeah.
place. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's like they're like can only, cash only.
Yep.
You know, great little dive if you want to see some awesome performances. But at least the last time I was there, they had 19-ounce cans for $3 and 12-ounce PBRs for $4. And I looked out at the whole crowd and everyone had PBR. I'm like, what are y'all doing? You can get almost double the Gansett for $1 less.
Yeah,
That's like,
yeah.
that's what I was offering.
Well, I'm also I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
And Gansett is the Jaws beer. So, literally, Gansett releases I've got a pin to go on my hat that's literally Jaws with a Gansett in his mouth.
Okay.
Like, Narragansett is the beer from Jaws, by the way. If you get
I
all the way
actually
nerded
know
out. Yes. If you watch the original Jaws movie, that's what they're drinking on the boat. So be careful, you could get eaten by a shark. Even landlocked, apparently.
So about the Pilot, like now my brain's.
You're all on the
I took my
pilot.
wife to Kepi last night to have a drink. We walked by Pilot Light and I looked at her and she goes, I know, two weirdest shows you've ever done. The last one I did there, you had to go on stage and all the comedians, this was years and years ago, before I started quit doing dumb shows. But they did this show.
Wait. Okay, I'll leave that alone.
Years ago. You know, they did this show, so they had this big screen behind you, and all the comedians, you go up, they had a trigger word for each one. And you went up and did your set. And if you said the trigger word, you had to eat a hot dog. And
Like, was there like a time limit?
it was like
Do you dip it in your beer and eat it like they do professionally?
Well, here's what happened. They knew my trigger word was going to be my wife, because, you know, I talk a lot about my wife on the stage.
Okay. What was it? My wife? Is it Jenny? Or what was the trigger? Or either one of those? Any combination?
Anything related. So basically, it came down in that short 10 minutes. I had to eat 9 hot dogs on stage, and I couldn't finish them by the time you're supposed to eat them while you're doing your set. If you don't finish, you have to sit on the stage with a plate of hot dogs and eat them while other people are doing it. I was like, my comedy career, I've been doing this 15 years, has gone to shit. because I'm eating hot dogs on the stage right now. That was the last time I'll do a gimmick show. The one before that, I had to dress like Aquaman. It's only 2 shows I ever did the Bible. And Aquaman, when I didn't have a costume, so I went to Walmart on the way there and just cut. I've got pictures. Actually, in my second book, you can see pictures of me dressed like Aquaman. In the 5 years of this book, there's a picture of me dressed as Aquaman.
Like OG or like just
No, it was like Walmart.
No, it's green tights and a gold shirt.
There was no
That
tights.
was just sparkling.
No, it wasn't even that good. I went to Walmart and got a gold, like long sleeve shirt, green sweatpants, and I cut them. And it's me like short green with a gold t-shirt. It was not flat.
I didn't realize that I hadn't been drinking my beer fast enough, and then I saw.
Is that Rush beer? Did I say
So
that right?
it is. It's called Roush beer. What does Roush beer mean, Alex?
Roush Racing made
Yes.
this beer.
Yep. They're a fantastic race team. They make a beer for every brewery on the
The
planet.
fact that I said it right, you should just let that go.
Okay,
You
I'll
don't
let
have to
it
make
go.
it. Maybe do more.
Roush beer is a smoked beer.
You know I like smoked.
It is an ale.
this one's a lot.
This is a. This is so.
if you make me
Most
like a
of your
lager.
Roush beers are an ale beer because you're going for that cheaper ingredient, but you're adding smoke as an adjunct, right?
Depends on what you're doing. So this one is adjunct free. All of the malt itself is smoked
Okay.
beforehand, and then it was just mashed.
Did you smoke it? Or what? Okay. So
I bought it,
okay.
but it is a blend of 3 different smoked malts, 3 different malts.
Did you say maltsters?
Maltsters, yeah.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
He's now more intrigued.
I've learned so much in this show today already.
I will be happy with the last little bit. No. I'm happy.
Switch them.
No, it's fine. I know how much you love
You take the big
smoke
smoke.
beer. No, it's good. It's good. Guys,
I do like smoke.
it's a 5.5,
Oh, that's nice.
which means it's super crushable. This is right around your bug heavy even.
I wrote for a wine magazine for 2 years, so let me do this right.
Well, actually, that's not incorrect. So when you do that in a taster, and those bubbles will give you an effervescence that will bring all of those flavors to your nose. You drink with your nose actually before you do with your palate.
Wait, is this on top?
It is not. This is actually the last can, as far as I know. It is particularly bad.
Why do you keep doing this?
You can't have it. Only we get to have
Finally,
it.
give
Thank
me-
you, Joel. But you do. When you ever get a taster, again, like I said, get those bubbles up. Smell that. That's going to give you all of the notes you want to get when you taste it. You're going to taste it with your nose before you taste it with your mouth. And that's why you also have head on your beer.
Hands out, best lager I've ever had in my life.
Well, thank you.
I would drink this.
I made it myself.
God, I love a smoked
You
beer.
really don't have any more of this.
I do. I wish I could tell you that I did.
Are you going to make more of this?
Not in the near future, but
Can we just
Definitely a
just
fall
cancel
beer.
this session?
yeah.
No, this is fantastic.
But
Absolutely fantastic.
But to the other side of this, me and Joel do a cigar social that we attend out at Elst, also here in Knoxville.
Nobody ever invites me.
That we always invite you. You're always working.
Well, no, now that
It's on the social media.
I know Michael doesn't like my beard, so
Well, Michael doesn't like you in general.
I live right next
That's
door.
what that, I
Next door.
know. I know. That's why he hasn't been over to your house. This is a great cigar.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I like Ralph's beers with a cigar.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I'm already in that mouthfeel and
like my favorite like flavor profile is like the smoke, pine. Like I think I'm outside of the norm where most things that make people just be like,
no,
I'm
you
like,
basically just, I don't know that I need all of those in one beer,
No, not in one beer. No. I'll give you that. I'll give you
You know, it
that.
sounds like you just want to go in the woods, set it on fire, and then make beer out of the tree.
Actually, that sounds fantastic.
That's what
I was gonna say, you just told Joel a new way. Like he's like, all right, I'm doing this.
It's a new brewery, the Smokies.
Yeah,
It's just this dude. He sits outside this tree.
it is.
He sits
It's
on
because
fire.
Joel has been setting all these fires. He actually burned down Gatlinburg one year to have a great beer.
That's not true.
No,
That's not accurate. Sorry, did I go too far with that one? Like,
A little bit.
I'm always like the next step over whatever that
I was there
is.
that
Joel
day.
did
It was
not
not
burn
Joel.
down the woods, but that did happen. But it wasn't to make a
But
beer.
it wasn't because of me or a beer.
Yeah, correct. Alex was there, he can
I
tell.
was there.
But
In the woods. I was in Gatlinburg.
yeah. Rausch beer is one of the most underrated beers.
I would agree with that, personally. Also, it's like Rausch beer is one of those weird things where it's like, even if you look at like the BJCP, which is, you know, like the judging guidelines
Yeah.
for competitions, like Rausch beer is basically like, does this beer have a smoky flavor? Then it counts. So it encompasses all.
I don't know what's wrong.
But that's also, it's terrible on so many levels.
100%.
Because I also don't like that artificial smoky where it tastes like a plastic Band-Aid. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? If you've had that artificial smoke that's just, it tastes like, that's the only way I can explain it. It's a plasticky Band-Aid. It's terrible. So, or you get a
Is
real
Rausch beer
good smoke.
smoky in general, or is
Yes,
that-
it's always smoke.
Yeah,
It is.
like Rausch is German.
See, I learned something today.
Yeah. But, so,
Mine's some German books. I've got 150 at home.
the fake flavor you're talking about, it can come from either like literally like extract,
Yeah, yeah.
or it can also come from shrimp.
Well, there's so many flavors that will fuck up your beer if you don't let the
Bad
yeast-
word.
Yeah, if you don't let the yeast do its job. If it doesn't get to eat all the sugars, if it doesn't get to full fermentation, you'll get a boozy note. Which you also don't want, like especially when you're hitting 8%ers. If the yeast hasn't digested all of those sugars, you'll get this boozy note at 8%. Like it's a little off-putting. I'm okay with it from time to time, but again, you get that in your higher gravity beers. But same with this. Like if it doesn't process how it's supposed to, you're gonna get that Band-Aid artificial, and it's so off-putting. But I'm so particular off of.
I would drink that all day.
Yeah. Speaking of drinking all day, I wanna plug our new sponsor. Let's do this while we got it. It's W. W is our new sponsor. They do hydration, which I think all three of us are on hydration.
Well, no, I got the combo.
Oh, you did.
I'm doing both at the
Kayla
same
mixed
time.
them both up. So our hydro today is Pine Berry Splash, which is giving you pineapple, strawberry,
Oh, is
mango.
that? I haven't seen that yet.
Pineapple, mango, strawberry.
It's
Yeah.
actually really good.
You mix it up in your water. It's one little scoop out of that tub. You get 30 servings out of that.
They're actually. I've had so many powdered things in my life, like energy and all.
Yeah.
It's,
It dissolves so well, and it's still
Oh, yeah.
bold in flavor. Like,
Like you couldn't tell that there was anything.
yeah. Well, they also, again, because it's so clear, it's because they don't do any dyes, they don't do any artificial colors or anything like that. It's all natural. This is hydration. So if you've been drinking all day, like me and Kayla and Alex started at 11 o'clock today, it will get you rehydrated and make you feel less meh when you get to the end of the day. But this one This is our energy. This is
How
called
many
Merc.
servings is that?
It's also 30 servings.
30,
This
okay.
is Merc Mayhem. This is Cherry Limeade. And this is energy, not hydration.
See, I've been a Monster drinker for 10 years. I drink 2 every morning, the big cans. I need to.
So me and Kayla are big coffee drinkers, and we honestly, I will get a headache if I don't get my caffeine fix from my coffee. This, me and her both got up this morning, did a bottle of that, so you're getting hydrated from your water, but we put that in there. Cherry Limeade gives you all the, in fact, it's 200 milligrams of caffeine. Without jitters, without artificial colors, without artificial anything. But it's powder, you just mix it up and you go. Mix it up in your 16-ounce bottle. I've got a W cup that I mix it up with. But
The mix is.
so when you're hydrated, but you need a little extra kick in the morning. Monday morning, you've drank all weekend and you want to go out and have to work. Get you some energy. But we do these, and you can get a discount from us, 10%, when you use waking up. One word, waking up, when you order your W. But you can get it in tubs. You can get it in this. I recommend if you're not ready to go, there's a sampler that's like $18, and you get 10% off of that, and it will give you 3 energy packs and 2 hydration packs. Try it out, try the flavors, have a good time with that, and then let us know. But in that starter pack, you also get the W cup. So yeah, 10% off. You get the W cup, 3 hydration or 2 hydration, 3 flavor samples, and then let us know. But keep
I'm
using
gonna
that.
order it today.
Yeah, we
I
got
haven't had a
this.
chance to yet, but yeah.
We got this. We're gonna get more, but every
my third
morning
time
instead
trying
of coffee, that might give you jitters. Because Kayla is very susceptible to caffeine jitters, especially if she has more than that 1 cup early in the morning.
I spend $6 to $8 a day on Monster,
Oh,
and it doesn't do anything for me.
this is a little over $1 per serving.
It's gonna
Literally,
kill me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
$1 per serving, and you get 30 servings per thing. So that's all I'm going to say about some W, but it'll hydrate you and energize you. So.
I want a T-shirt.
It's pretty good.
Speaking of T-shirts, you like my new one? My new beer nerd,
I dig it.
Don't care.
Spider-Man 16-bit, drinking a beer.
If you don't look at him when he's talking about his clothes,
Did you even look at Joel's shirt?
No. I'm talking about you right now.
Me and Joel are one of a kind. Like, we love anything that is
I like it
extravagant
too.
and a little bit weird.
You see mine, by the way, for my other sponsor.
Tennessee Cider Company.
Is that cider? Yeah.
I put it out there because you were doing a hard time of it. Tennessee Cider Company.
No, I got distracted between the shirts.
It is a track.
No, they are.
There's a lot going on between our shirts.
Oh,
So.
big news from Tennessee Cider. They've been my corporate sponsor for like 4 or 5 years now, and they got 2 new locations secretly coming up that nobody knows about, and they just built a warehouse.
Well,
A lot of
if
big
they're
things coming.
secret, how's anybody gonna know about it?
I know about them, but everybody's gonna find out. We're gonna have a lot more locations.
All
God,
right.
here we go again.
So nope. You guys, so you didn't know, but Alex has a beer named after him. Crafty didn't let you know. You don't have to do any sponsorship work. They appreciate you so much out at West that they decided to make a beer named for you.
It's called Big Wiener.
It's called Grumpy Bastard. It's Grumpy.
I'm never
Grumpy
I'm
Bastard.
the happiest person ever.
Grumpy Bastard. This is a 6% one. Tell us more about this.
That's a black IPA. Or some sort of a Cascadian dark.
Cascadian Dark Ale. That's
Hey, when you come to my house next week, tell my wife that one. That one sounds fancy, and she likes fancy stuff.
That one's so.
That'll go over well.
She loves dark beers, and
Put
that'll be
that
easier to
into the
sell.
pitch.
All right.
Cascadian.
Tell her once a week I
No,
need a
it's not
Cascadian
using
black milk.
Cascade hops.
This one, no. It's actually a Amarillo and a Tanner.
That is gorgeously dark.
Yeah.
It is.
So essentially, this guy is kind of like it's more of like a traditional English IPA, but with like roastiness and
You're speaking all of my words right now. Like, I
actually-
love malty and roasty. He loves poppy and
I like
drunk.
I do like porters.
You do. Yep. His dog's named after a
I
porter.
don't like lagers, and I want to whoever.
you've been drinking lagers all day.
I don't know about it. It's
We've been
okay.
sneaking him in the entire time.
And I also want to kill the person that's named Helms.
Yeah. I'm gonna get him into the Hellas Lager realm.
You do that.
Ellis is great.
It is great. that is his Achilles heel. If he doesn't know it's a Hellas Lager, he might taste it. But if it says Hellas on the menu board, he's out.
Sorry, Marty.
It smells fantastic. The nose on that, dark, but the color on that is reddish, dark.
Yeah. So again with this guy, just malts, hops, yeast, water. Actually, very, very light on the
I mean,
just enough, basically, to get the color.
That is.
A little bit of flavor, while still letting the hops shine. I decided to focus on more earthy hops.
Yeah,
So,
that is smooth. That's like drinking a glass of water, but it's like roasted water.
You do get that, like, no, I get the earthy stuff that's like at the end of it for sure.
Yeah,
yeah, it's like, like, it sounds weird. Like, no one would ever want it.
well, I mean, I make mud pies.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
yeah, but I
can't
like it.
say that's completely
I
out.
mean, they're in their
Like the
18th.
smell of nature after like a fresh rain, or even like after the sun's just been baking.
My wife would love this one.
Both of those,
Hold that.
just like,
She doesn't know how it is.
No, you're not allowed to.
yeah.
You're fine.
No. Is this one on your account?
It'll be back on top.
God, he just keeps giving us stuff that is not available.
See, I was giving you the last of what I had.
He's giving you the special part.
Joel's
And
like,
he's also telling you, you got about a week, and then you can come out here and get these same
Joel's like,
beverages.
I'm one of the best brewers around. What do I have left in my trunk to give these dumbasses?
Oh, there's a lot to find. There's a lot to find.
No, and
What else
also
is in
there's
your
a lot
trunk?
to give you as a dumbass.
No, I was like, what else is in this trunk right now?
We're going out.
Let's go
We're
get
going
it.
out to raise
It's all
Joel's
fantastic. So it's like, how can I get rid of these guys? Here, skim them. We'll give them the Roush beer and this one.
We got another 2.8% next week. It's brand new. We got a honey lavender.
Ooh, that's such a
I don't
great
like wheat
seasoning.
beers, but I like honey
Honey
lavender.
honey lavender wheat is perfect. That entire profile.
I'll do that. No, I will do that.
We always have a white arrow coming up, which is on Monday. So we hand package all the fine sprigs. They go directly into the beer. They import, like it just tastes like the forest.
Yeah.
It's
So for those of you that are not in the beer know, when they put those in, it's at the end of the brew, and it's all for the aromatics and stuff like that. You're not, and you'll get a little flavor from that, but that's not in the brew process. Like, you're not literally licking a pine tree. Like you're gonna smell it, you're gonna feel like you're in the great outdoors, and then all the other flavors you're gonna get from the beer that you love. A lot of people don't realize a lot of what you get aromatically is at the end of your boil. That's all to bring forth the notes that you want outside of flavor.
Right.
So, if you love drinking in the great outdoors and you want to experience that through a beer, that's a great way to do it. Where they're doing those aromatics, you're getting those pine notes, you're getting those woody notes on your nose. That's why, again, the head is on the beer. Love your beer with a head on it. Again, if you're drinking beer that's poured up to the glass, you're not drinking for the enjoyment of beer. You're literally just drinking to get drunk. Speaking
Every sip
people
I'm like
drinking to
this.
get drunk. So, any events coming up? We're about to close out for our episode. Any events coming up that you want to promote?
Yes. So, big shout out as far as Knoxville Area Brewers Association goes. Knoxville Craft Beer Week is May 18th and 25th. Coming up real soon.
Yep.
That is
2 weeks.
Of May.
Oh, I thought you said April. So I was like, what?
So like a month and a half.
Yeah.
it's really smart, but it's not.
Math is not my game.
But all of the local breweries around town are going to do it up big for that. The theme this year is We Hunt the 90s. So look out for some fun events. I don't know 100% what the events are yet, but I know there's a bunch of good stuff in the works. We'll probably have like a cool logo for it.
Nice.
We Hunt the 90s, Craft Beer Week, May 18th and 25th. And Crafty does stuff almost every day and day.
Yeah. 3 different locations for crafty beer.
The one coming up closest this Thursday night downtown, so the one in my place. We've done it twice already, been a huge hit. It is the competitive romance novel reading night. So essentially a bunch of romance novels are provided, and you flip through, you pick the juiciest passage that you can find, and you try to read it with the most bravado, and the crowd judges.
Oh. Is that based on orgasm? What?
Not quite. We couldn't go that far, even though we wanted to. But it's just based on crowd reaction, and
Nice.
there are prizes.
Oh.
Orgasm.
Yeah, orgasm is one of them, but that is not contributed to by Crafty Bastard.
Coming to this one.
They're not guaranteeing that, but that might be a prize you win.
I didn't no pun
No
on that.
guarantee.
No pun on what I just said. I said I was coming to.
Oh, no, actually, Alex will be out at Crafty West tonight doing another open mic, which has been hugely
The
successful.
open mic has become the second busiest night at Crappy West. From what I heard from
And
Ryan.
honestly, every time I go out there, I get to experience new and funny comedians. There's a lot of great comedy in Knoxville that I was unaware of, and I've been to some open mics, but they're showing up. At
Some of the ones that have come to the open mic have they're getting paid opening for me. So
Oh, well,
that's a good thing. So
there's also
tonight
that.
though, with the storms coming, we're performing in the shack. You know the shack at the, we did that once.
Did it once, and that
But Ryan's already, he texted me today, he's like, hey, let's go ahead and do the shack tonight.
Yeah.
So I texted all the Knoxville comedians, there's like 150. I said, hey, how many opportunities do you get to perform in a shack during a tornado? Tonight's the night.
It's never gonna happen again.
Bring
You're
your,
reenact Twister, baby.
bring your camera, this is your one shot.
Additionally,
But no, it's all.
this Saturday, Alex is doing a big stand-up set. We're at Iron Forge in Pigeon Forge, right across from the Apple Barn. We have got a ticketed only event. You cannot get in unless you have a ticket. So you need to go follow Alex, follow him on his ticket site. but there are very few tickets left. It's this Saturday. We're also going to be filming for his Amazon. I'm putting together a special.
We got 3 film crews.
Yes, we got a special coming up for Tubi, Amazon, Drive Bar. All of that is going on. We need you to be there. Get your tickets and come out because Alex has got a lot of new material. He's going to unleash on the world. You're not ready for it, and it's.
I'm really just unleashing on the 54th Alley.
Yeah, but it'll still be for the world because later on when I release this, we'll get all the whatever's going to come out of this. But please come out this weekend, Saturday at Iron Forge. By the way, they're doing some killer beers. If you're a VIP for this event, you get a beer of theirs included in your ticket price. Elsewise, you're just going to be at the bar all night missing out on his comedy. But
I'll vouch. Iron Forge is a great place.
Oh.
Also a member of God.
yeah.
Yeah. No, Iron Forge.
Anything else stupid we want to say to our audience at this point?
Anything you want to plug at all, besides what we asked?
Stay crafty, you bastards.
There it is. Stay crafty. Guys, we appreciate you.
Hey, Joel, thank you so much for coming on today. You're one of the best brewers in all Knoxville, and we love you. And thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
And I'll see you Tuesday at my house.
I'm not sure that's true.